Hey fellow comrades, how you guys been doing? It's your boys in here. And before we start with today's matches, I want to give news to you guys, girls, everybody that was involved. Just recently, well, it happened a month ago now, but I want to let you guys know that the operation for my son was a huge success. He's doing fine, he's doing healthy. And I cannot be more grateful to all the people that were involved. Thank you so much. You guys rock. If you were supporting me and you want to come in contact with me, I do logos, layouts, all sorts of things. You got my gratis on this one. You have my gratis, okay? Anyways, I want to give with that. I want to give shout out to my work that I've been doing on the side. Mostly logos, layouts, video editing. I did editing for people like Joey, PokeMMD, and the likes. And I'm kind of like sort of like searching for more clients right now, so my doors are opened. If you want to get in contact with me, you like my stuff, you want to get in contact, I can I can give you information. Just contact me on Discord, contact me here on YouTube comment section if you want, and we can just go from there. But I'm definitely looking for some more clients for my work. I want to get it out there and just show you guys my work. But anyways, with that being said, let's go to today's matches. Okay, let's go with our first match. I'm gonna lead with Ninjask. You guys know what Ninjask is all about, though I did not expect this taunt from the Glalie. And since I'm taunted, I'm pretty much stuck into attacking him. I can switch out, but I still got a sub up, so I was thinking to myself, well, you know what, maybe I should perhaps like just wait, hope the taunt goes away, which it does. I'm able to switch Baton Pass away with a sub intact, able to avoid that Ice Beam damage and prosecute that Pokemon to absolute murder by going for the Rock Slide, of course. I was thinking about going for the Sword Dance, but honestly, I do go for Sword Dance now, since this is a better option. Since the Reflect is up, I need to get another one up. I was being a little bit careless, and he did explode on me. So I guess taking away a Fortress is not that bad of an exchange, to be honest, since two Pokemon are down. Braylon versus Blaziken, I don't really have a switch for it, so I didn't want to risk, and I stayed in, hoping maybe he's not max speed, I will be able to outspeed him, but he is. And after that, Blaziken Salamence, you guys know, Dugtrio coming in, of course. With Dragon Dance, I'm able to outspeed it and take it out. Ninjask, on the other hand, seems to be sort of like a dead weight now since Marek is gone, and I'm not noticing any benefits anymore, especially with this Milotic around. Milotic is an incredibly tanky Pokemon, and I'm not gonna be doing any damage with the likes of Aerial Ace. Let's be real for a second. I should probably like run Hidden Power Flying, to be honest. That's like a little bit more stronger. I don't even know why I have Aerial Ace on it. It does make sense, right? Anyways, I roar that Pokemon out, and here comes the Endure Blaziken. What an absolute behemoth. This Pokemon is very dangerous. Later on, it got Speed Boost. This one it didn't, but the idea of fighting and fire, fighting and fire combination is absolutely dangerous to face, and I really don't like facing that. Though my opponent here is going to decide to quit, and yeah, that's how that one went. To be honest, that Melodic could have been a huge problem, though I'm not sure if he knows that. Anyways, I switch out directly to Dugtrio to try escape. Like, I'm thinking Rock Slide, I can take one and then I can go for the Choice Bandit Earthquake. He is trapped in here because of the Arena Trap. I'm able to take him out, and that is absolutely beautiful. Taking away very early Tyranitar like that makes me really wonder if I should start leading with Dugtrio just like that, But anyways, Dragon Claw there is gonna one-shot me with a crit. I do not know if that crit matter. Probably does. I have a little bit of investment with HP, but I don't think it's really that big of a deal. But then again, Salmon's been taken out very early, and his Tyranitar being taken out very early will depend on how this game is going to proceed to go forward. It can be a very big problem, because I'm noticing he's got Skarmory, and my Salamence did have Flamethrower. But anyways, we exchange some spikes on here. He's going to Toxic me. I'm going to go for the Ice Beam. I don't really do much damage at all. So it makes me assume that he's more of a special defensive set. That Ice Beam really didn't do anything. And Drew Peck isn't doing much damage to me, let's be real. It's a Cloyster versus, versus something that isn't that formidable in offensive pressure. But it is what it is. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I can like wear down a little bit, put on some more spikes. He's gonna need to either get rid of it, and I'm gonna need to get rid of it as well. But the problem is, I don't think I can get rid of it. I do not think I have Rapid Spin in my Cloyster there. But I can still try to do as much damage as I can. Sadly enough, this is a mono attacking normal double edge, pretty much rest sleep talk set with curse, so I'm gonna be taking this Pokemon out. I got the maximum before with 70%. This one I got only 15%. Do we say not 15%, but you know, I got a roll of 7 to 5 and basically didn't even take him out. Though I was able to take him out, which means he didn't have rest on it. That is very important. Now Zapdos is immune to the likes of spikes. Taking out that Skarmory is essential here. I'm noticing also that I have I'm wondering if he's got a Swampert, because I'm noticing he's got a very big weakness to the likes of very offensive electric pressure, and this one is actually a max special attack investment and max HP, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna take me out with a Rock Slide since I'm max HP, but he flinches me, and that is extremely unfortunate because I'm noticing that Zapdos could have been still a threat towards his team, but that flinch definitely changed the course of the match. So I switch out to my to my Death Fodder pretty much. And I know I'm going to take one Earthquake, and I'm going to retaliate with my own Earthquake, and I'm going to be able to take him out. The issue here is that I'm not sure what his last Pokemon is. And since I'm not aware of his last Pokemon, I'm very much scared that it could be Swampert, but I have Hidden Power Grass on my Zapdos to counter that. I switch out to my Dugtrio after my Pokemon has been taken out. I really didn't have a choice there. Thunderbolt was enough, and Earthquake Choice Band was enough to take down the Starmie. That really surprised me, to be honest with you. And Salaman's coming in. I'm going to switch out to Zapdos. Hopefully I can take at least one move from him, but with the help of Sandstorm, that's not going to be enough. Plus he would be able to outspeed me anyway, so it really doesn't change anything. I go for Rock Slide. Still not sure what kind of Pokemon his last is. I'm hoping it's something that is kind of weak to the likes of Rock Slide. He isn't switching out, honestly. He isn't, like, you know, depending on Intimidate, but it's a Celebi. And that is unfortunate because I got Sludge Bomb on this one, and I also got Hidden Power Buck for the likes of Celebi, and yeah, it didn't work into our favor, and he wins the match. Anyways, let's move on. Jirachi versus Zapdos. You guys know how it works. So Zapdos, Jirachi, Serene Grace, pretty much 60% chance to paralyze, huge chance, and Ice Punch also has, I think, 20% chance to freeze you, which is ridiculous. Anyways, I go for the rest to avoid any chances of paralyzation happening. You know, I don't want to play that game, but he switches out to Tyranitar. Now, last time I switched out directly to my Dugtrio, but this time I'm actually expecting him to either go for like an attacking move. I just want to neutralize. If you go for the Dragon Dance at worst, yes, he will have a lot of speed, but Rock Slide I know I can take, and with +1 I am pretty sure I'm still able to outspeed him. And if he's invested into max attack, yes, that's exactly how it worked out, luckily enough for us. So the trio, of course, re-entrapped there, working into our favor. Switch out to Salamence to give him that minus attack there. So if he's gonna pass out, he's gonna pass on some negative stats as well. But he goes for the Protect. I'm going for the Hidden Power Flying, just to see what kind of, you know, what am I facing here. I'm actually a little bit scared. He's gonna switch out to something that actually resists Hidden Power Flying. Sand Attack, on the other hand, I did not expect. That is a very sadistic tactic, to be honest. Like the idea of Sand Attack, and yes, Sand Attack doesn't really involve Invasion Clause. You can use it because you can get rid of it. It's not the same like Double Team and stuff, which is kind of like permanent until you switch out. So it's depending on you, and it's one of those things that you can actually legally use without much concern. It isn't against the Smogon rules. So yeah, and a funny fact is that honestly I didn't know that, by the way. I didn't know that when I first started playing Pokemon. I didn't know that until like 2 years later. I never used Sand Attack myself, but I never faced somebody using it. Yeah, I luckily got a Hidden Power Grass there. I would have lost, by the way, if I didn't get Hidden Power Grass. That Marowak would have swept me. Anyway, speaking of that, my opponent here, next opponent, really makes a smart play, smart read. Scouting by Zapdos, that was an excellent choice of plays there on my opponent's behalf. But he knows how deadly the Zapdos can be. He decides to explode on it, and that was actually pretty detrimental. Again, Zapdos is it's the backbone of this team, to be honest, and losing it this early could actually be detrimental later on, but we will see. Anyways, he's a sub set. I wasn't too sure what kind of subset he is, but I actually forgot that this kind of Swampers tend to run Focus Punch, and Focus Punch is an extremely powerful move. So he continuously goes for the sub. I'm gonna go for the Double Edge. I want to do as much damage as I can. And he will go one more time for the sub. And I'm thinking to myself, what kind of set is this? Like, normally you don't see Swampers going down this range, but you will see he's got Endeavor, so he's gonna take me down to 1%. I will take him out, but the double edge recoil damage will take me out as well. So it was a double down. I'm expecting this fastest Pokemon to come in. Electrode. I'm gonna switch to Dugtrio in case he doesn't. He explodes on my Metagross. I was expecting like Hidden Power Grass or something like that, but luckily, hey, Explosion is even better, to be honest. Switching out to my Salamence, and also I'm not sure if he's I think that there is another match I have with him, and I think he made a mistake with Metagross. He had agility, but then he had choice band on it. I think this is not the match. I think it's the other one. But anyways, Crobat taken out of the picture. Kangaskhan seems to be choice banded here because the damage he's doing, it's actually more damage than the explosion from the likes of Electrode, which is funny, right? But you know, when you scale the power, how strong things are, but it is Electrode still. +2 Meteor Mash. I'm hoping I can take at least one more, knowing that he doesn't have Earthquake, since he may have it, but he's kind of locked himself into return because of Choice Band. I'm going to be able to outspeed him. With the Meteor Mash, I'm going to be able to outspeed this Alakazam, and that will be the match. Yeah, here we go. Another one. Let's go. Hariyama. This one, I'm using Hariyama because Hariyama has an excellent move of Knockoff. Knockoff is only 20 base, but getting rid of just leftovers or getting rid of items is a win. It's a straight win. Plus, getting a little bit damage, who knows, you can, like, I don't break something. It's pretty great. That plus attack increase this early is extremely dangerous, so I need to switch out to my Dugtrio safely, go for Earthquake, take me out, it's a guarantee. Sadly enough, the Starmie couldn't take the heat. The Meteor Mash, after that increased power, it's an extremely powerful Pokemon. If you get agility and +1, Metagross pretty much just goes through teams. It is a ridiculously powerful, probably one of the best, if not the best Pokemon in the tier. Right up there with Salamence. But anyways, this one seems to be a little bit more bulkier, as you guys can see. He also fails to take me out with his hidden power, which was very surprising. Dugtrio tends to, like, goes down by everything, but I was still able to take him out. So I guess that was an exchange of, like, him investing into HP and not special attack. It really shows, but he was able to take, you know, he was able to take some heat, and that really shows the trend. The other ones were getting one-shotted by this one. Really shows. Baton Pass, very nice read on my opponent's behalf. I'm going to go for Earthquake, do a significant amount of damage. I think this is a special defensive fortress, to be honest. I'm not seeing this fortress being anything else. He does have hidden power. I would assume it's hidden power Bug or something. Maybe hidden power Ice for the likes of Salamence, to, like, you know, because you can take, outside of Salamence having a fire move, you can still take. He can probably take a hidden power flying from this range, or even Earthquake, I would assume, because it's unstabbed. So I had to go for the Flamethrower. I need Flamethrower for the likes of Skarmory because it completely walls me otherwise. I'm expecting an Ice Punch, at worst Fire, like Thunderbolt, but he actually does have a combination of Ice Punch, Fire Punch, and no Thunderbolt, which means I'm able to get rid of his leftovers, which means his Sandstorm is going to start damaging him further and further down. While I'm a Steel type, I can take a Fire Punch. I'm able to set up on this, and late game Metagross is essentially one of the best Pokemon I've ever used in my life. Like, it is so good. Psychic is enough to take this Pokemon out. I got some investment, a little bit of investment to special attack, just to guarantee that Gengar will be taken out, even if the Gengar is a little bit invested into bulk. Like HP investment, Gengars are actually pretty common in this tier. But the Starmie will be able to take me out. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, Starmie would definitely be able to drop some nukes and take down the Metagross. But Snorlax coming in, I can take on anything he's got. And, you know, since he's got only Starmie and now he's got only Jolteon, let's be real, Snorlax will be able to sponge that, will be able to absorb, and then just go for the rest. And that's pretty much going to be game, because I don't see this Pokemon really winning one-on-one. He is a trooper. He continuously plays, and honestly, he can only win if he gets like 3 crits in a row. And outside if he's like a growth set, but I'm not seeing any growth involved, like raising up his special attack. And be it a max special defensive typical Snorlax in here, I'm just gonna attack him next turn, because I know I'm gonna wake up, and with +2 I'm gonna be able to take this Pokemon out. Jolteon is pretty dangerous late game if you don't have like a special tank like Snorlax. I see myself losing if I have anything else, to be honest, outside of this Pokemon. But anyways, here we go. Hariyama versus Hitmonlee goes for Earthquake. I have a little bit investment into defense and some into HP, and I'm able to sponge that really well. Sadly, the first cross chop missed, the second one connected. I had to go for the cross chop because it's like very early. Why not? Hitmonlee is going to be one-shotted anyway with a... Was that the crit? I think it was a crit, right? So I was lucky. But anyways, a lot of switches here. Basically, he switches out to Swampert, I switch out, and then I had to switch back to my Starmie. I'm actually showing him a lot on my team, and that's not good, but I had no other choice. Earthquake does a significant amount of damage, though I need to switch out to my Salamence to try to get that Intimidate, hoping he will Earthquake as well. Further down his attack, and then switch out to Hariyama to try to scout a little bit what kind of set he is. He does have Ice Beam, though I will be able to outspeed him because I have a little bit of speed investment to kind of like outspeed Pokemon like this. Getting some damage in there can be quite detrimental because it does take him down to a range where Dugtrio, Choice Bandit can come in and take that Pokemon out. That is very important. Though I'm not too sure if this is a Choice Bandit set. He goes for the Earthquake, and yeah, Earthquake is it is what it is, right? I can switch out to my Metagross. I could have switched out to my Dugtrio, to be honest. Go for the agility on this Tyranitar. Earthquake is not going to take me out. Knowing past experiences, I know that this Pokemon doesn't really... Like, one-on-one, Metagross tends to win most of the time. And Meteor Mash is a no-brainer. 50% chance there to miss, but once I get it up... I don't think yeah, Aerodactyl can actually take one single Meteor Mash, to be honest. You know, I'm not sure, but I don't think it can. So I go for a Meteor Mash, get a crit here, and get an attack increase as well, which is absolute insanity. I should have probably Meteor Mash here because I can probably one-shot him, but I'm gonna go for the Psychic just to do damage, to, you know, in case I like miss with Meteor Mash. Plus, not to mention, I do have Hidden Power Flying Salamence with speed investment, so I'm gonna be able to guarantee myself outspeed. But just the risk of Salak Berry on that Pokemon, I probably should have not done that. Yeah, anyways. Here we go, Hariyama versus Aerodactyl. That is not a situation I want to be in, to be honest. That looks like a very bad situation. He's got the White Herb, negating all the minuses, and pretty much now he's got attack and defense. Incredible set, by the way. Though, I think this set works best in the end game, I would assume. Just, you know, just the situation that can happen, I think it could work really well. But anyways, I switch out to my Metagross, expecting the Rock Slide, switch back, expecting the Earthquake. I'm able to outperform him a little bit. Now, if he further set up, he will start to get decreased speed, which is very essential for this Pokemon. Now, I know I can take at least 2 moves from him with Starmie and force him out, which means that he already used his White Herb. And yeah, that Aerodactyl isn't going to be that much of a problem now anymore because he's not Choice Bandit. But anyways, Metagross being taken out, had to have something as a Death Fodder. Go for that cross job, get a lucky crit there. Yeah, it's a high chance of a crit, but still it's lucky. Every crit is still lucky. Plus there is a high chance I will miss, which is exactly what happens right here. Meteor Mash is not a 2-shot, though it is a 2 chance of him getting an attack increase, and that's exactly what happened right there. That is very, very bad. Though I do have an answer in the likes of my Choice Band Dugtrio, and I have to say, this Pokemon has been, like, just like Zapdos, it's been a backbone to this team. It literally is something that I tend to really rely on, and it's a no-brainer. Arena Trap, it's too good. Honestly, I'm really surprised they didn't ban this, because I sometimes feel it literally is. It's just as an ability, it's just too good, even on a Pokemon like Dugtrio. But with Choice Band, it's got over 400 attack or something, or 318. That's a lot, you know. So Focus Punch Swampert is actually a nuisance. It is very, very detrimental. I go for the Hidden Power Flying. I just want to do as much damage as I can. You know, basically, I just want to do as much damage. And Rock Slide is predictable. That's why I switch out to Dugtrio. But I take him down to 25%, and he goes for Earthquake and takes me out. So, yeah. Thing is, Starmie is easily going to be able, at this range, take it out. And I think this Swampert became very problematic later on. As you guys can see, looking at my team, I had to think which Pokemon is good to, like, preserve. And Starmie is one of them. I have Natural Cure, which means if I switch out, my Salamence is going to come in. But he's going to Dragon Dance, which means he's able to outspeed me, right? Which means he's going to be able to put me to sleep, and that is not something I want to be in. A situation like this, you know, to actually be pushed into sleep is bad. And now he's going to Baton Pass into Medicham with speed increase right there. That, you know, at least he doesn't have an attack, but just the idea of Dragon Dance straight on going to Medicham late game is extremely dangerous. So Shadow Ball. Sadly, he's got Shadow Ball, which is very bad for me because I don't see myself surviving Shadow Ball, to be honest. But he also negates his minus attack, which could be very crucial, so he makes a great play there. But I get a crit, and I think this crit mattered because, again, Medicham is incredibly powerful. Though it is on stab, I'm not sure about 480, let's be real. It is pretty ridiculous. Anyways, Hariyama versus Electrode, right? Thunderbolt, I'm kind of like absorbing this quite well. Go for Earthquake, Electro. This is the second match against the player we faced before that. I was talking about him making a mistake with Choice Band. This is exactly the match, actually. Because he has Agilities, but he doesn't attack me, and he told me wrong item. I was thinking to myself, oh, so that means you have Choice Band. Honestly, he shouldn't tell me wrong item. He's a good sport, but he shouldn't tell me, because now I know fully well that he's actually a Choice Banded set, so that was a mistake. But still, you know, respect to him for saying that, you know. He didn't say which item, but he said wrong item, you know, to kind of like validate why he actually switched out. But anyways, I don't want to play around with that. I'm going to go to sleep. Don't want to play around with status and so forth. Hariyama is going to be pretty much a death fodder, so I can switch easily with my Duck Trio and take him out. Gengar, on the other hand, is a very good switch to my Arena Trapper, to be honest, because of my set as well. Rock Slide is like the best thing I can do against him. But this Kangaskhan is gonna be dishing out a lot of damage. So I think this one is also Choice Banded, so I guess he's got 2 Choice Banded Pokemon here. Yeah, because the damage is unreal, really. Like, Intimidate, it's doing still a lot of damage when you think about it. And last time he had a Choice Banded Kangaskhan as well. So go for the Dragon Dance. Swampert comes in. Unfortunately, he's got a Swampert, but I need to dish out some damage at least. But he goes for the sub, and he gets the Slag going. So now he's got 360 speed, if I'm not mistaken, with that speed increase, which is just 1 point short of speed matching Starmie. So that is extremely important right there. I was able to take him out. Crobat, Kangaskhan, and Gengar. By the way, props to you for using Crobat and Kangaskhan, because like you could easily have used like, you know, anything else. And just seeing Kangaskhan is so refreshing. He's got Earthquake, and I think we just noticed that he's not. You see, wait. Am I making a mistake here? It doesn't matter. Like, I'm just gonna Meteor Mash here. But I think he wasn't even Choice Band. No, I'm gonna go for the Sahik, and this is the time I realized I need to invest a little bit into special attack, because this Gengar actually survived. But the last time I was investing a little bit more into Metagross special attack, just to make sure that the Gengar will not be able to survive it anymore. Crobat survives it really well. Crobat has an exceptional HP as well, so I'm not surprised. But this late in the game, I don't think Crobat can one-shot me, but he gets a crit. And yeah, I guess it can, but it is still a Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb Crobat is pretty cool, by the way. Get a double edge, being very lucky, and that was how the match went. So yeah, those are all the matches for today, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I have a couple of matches still in store for you guys. I'm just gonna upload one. I'm gonna upload it, but yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.